He's into this new thing now where he wants to be naked. He doesn't want to wear clothes. Yesterday, for about an hour and a half, he was naked. He tried to pee on Austin, but he didn't have to pee. He was trying, he was like pushing like he had to pee. Then he tried to pee on the couch, but he didn't have to pee. Finally, he started drinking water because he realized if he drinks water, then he'll have to pee. And then he went to those same sliding glass doors and then peed all over those.
While I was at work.
We got a lot to get to today. Got to get to a lot. IEP update. How did the phone call go? I mean, we're not in jail, so it couldn't have gone too bad. We'll also talk about why naked is a theme in our house now. Everyone's naked all the time. We got to get to Funyuns Friday, a winner for Funyuns Friday. And there was something else I wanted to get to. Yeah, I'll think about it. Charlie, welcome back.
Hi.
All right, Charlie is our oldest daughter. She is the director of Cal Sleeping Operations. Cal and Charlie share a bed or a room together. Slept with separate beds, but they share a room. And she's also the official Funyuns Friday announcer. So dailyautism.com, the link to our socials. You can sign up for Funyuns Friday, where we send out a bag of Funyuns every week in honor of Cal's favorite snack to help spread autism awareness. So we've taken the hundreds and hundreds of people from Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And Charlie, are you ready to announce the winner?
Yep. Okay. This week's Funyuns Friday winner for the first week of August is Xavier Marshall.
August?
April.
Yes, thank you.
Is Xavier Marshall from Facebook.
All right, Xavier Marshall from Facebook. Good job. A big bag of Funyuns is on the way. Inevitably, do we know where he lives? Nope,
No.
We didn't know where he lives. Okay. So I was going to say inevitably the shipping would probably cost more than the bag of Funyuns, but it probably will, no matter where you live. So great job, Char.
Thank
How
you.
was your weekend?
Good.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
How would you describe this morning's, your mom had clients this morning, so it was me and you helping out with Cal. How would you describe Cal's little episode this morning with his diaper?
Well, the poop stayed in his diaper, which is that's
Always
good.
a win.
Yeah,
yes,
that's
yes,
good.
it's good.
But after he just took off the diaper.
Yeah.
After we changed it, so
That's where it got a little dicey.
yeah.
Yeah. He was running around and naked and looking for things to pee on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just another Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Great job, Charlie.
Thank you.
And I love your Maruchan instant lunch shirt. That is awesome.
Thanks. So does Cal.
Yeah. You said he thinks it's like a real thing of soup and he tries to eat it.
Yeah, he does.
That's awesome. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Only in our house would Cal think a picture of food on a shirt's real and try to eat it. But
Well, that was like the stickers I got him that one day.
Oh, yeah. That's
Food stickers.
Food
mistake.
stickers. He started eating them.
Yeah.
Just posted a reel on Facebook and Instagram, which you can link to at dailyautism.com. Cal, he's made these Play-Doh sharks. He's obsessed with sharks, and Baby Shark's his favorite song. He is now into this phase of making all of his Play-Doh sharks, and they're all themed: Mommy Shark, Daddy Shark, Baby Shark, Grandpa, Grandma. But he is now sticking them on all of the back sliders. So there are Play-Doh sharks stuck to the back sliders. Man, it is always something.
Lots of Play-Doh this weekend.
Good Lord. He's into this new thing now where he wants to be naked. He doesn't want to wear clothes. Yesterday, for about an hour and a half, he was naked. He tried to pee on Austin, but he didn't have to pee. He was like pushing like he had to pee. Then he tried to pee on the couch, but he didn't have to pee. Finally, he started drinking water because he realized if he drinks water, then he'll have to pee. And then he went to those same sliding glass doors and then peed all over those.
While I was at work.
Yes.
Which I've been told that the weather can throw him off, and it was a terribly rainy day yesterday, and he was definitely off.
Yeah, I talked to a guy that said they're actually doing a lot of research on low pressure. When there's low pressure systems that come in, and a lot of times that low pressure will bring rain and storms and stuff like that. Like hurricanes are big low pressure systems. The pressure gets really low.
Right.
And I'm starting to wonder if there's something to that, where the lower the pressure is, they say the meltdowns, the frequency increases and just the magnitude increases. You know what I mean?
Well, I would say yesterday from start to finish, he had a pretty rough day.
It has been a hell of a couple days around here. Yeah, I think that is a very accurate statement. But, we push on, right?
We push on.
We throw punches. We push on. We go. We do. We don't get stuck, and we go. And then when we do get stuck, we just go again.
Yeah, you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Gotta keep going.
Right. Even if you're tired and beat up and whatever, you sort of just do.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've been talking a
That
lot.
silence was me rolling my eyes because I'm exhausted. I didn't feel very good last night, and I didn't go to bed till like 4 in the morning. I was just like tossing and turning all night. And so now I'm sitting here, I'm like in a daze. I'm like, bleh. But I'm going to have to do a workout and just get out of this funk. Just sweat, chug Gatorade, slam water. We already had the green juice. I've got to get back on the track. You know what I'm saying?
I got it, man.
Yeah, I got to get back on the track. Are we going out this afternoon?
Yeah, I'm like in a zone from working.
Yeah.
When
I don't
I'm
know if it's
working
a
as a
zone or if it's
hairstylist, I talk forever. And so then I come home and I like don't want to talk.
Yo, is it a zone or a funk? I think it's a funk.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm like in a zone.
Oh. Well, usually like when athletes are in a zone, they're like killing it. Like they're, you know what I mean? Like, I think we're in a funk.
No, we're both like tired in different ways.
We're in a fog.
You've had to deal with Cal a lot this weekend.
Well, that's my job, man. That's my deal.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I've been at work. So.
Is going out today a good idea?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we have to take a break, you know? We have to go out, reset, and come back.
I love when people...
It's 3 hours.
I love when people are like, why are you going to go to a beach bar when it's cloudy and kind of windy? I'm like, because the tourists won't be there.
Yeah. I don't know where we're going to go today.
They all hide in their condos when it's like this.
I know. So the IEP meeting.
Oh, yeah, thanks. So we had the IEP meeting on Friday. It was, all right, let's just say scale of 1 to 10. Like 1, totally terrible, unproductive. 10, very productive. Like, what would you think? We were both on the call, by the way.
I would say 7.
Yeah.
I would say 7.
I mean, give it an 8, but...
Yeah, I mean, I don't... Like you said, you wanted to get something put in there, which you did. I was happy you were on the call. They were very nice. He's made a tremendous progress by his numbers. I mean, it really looks good. As far as kindergarten goes, he's going to be in the ASD class. And I was not aware that they do not have a blended class. It is just a gen ed class, which I don't know how comfortable I feel about that right now. So I'm fine with him being in the ASD class.
Well, we don't have a choice right now.
Well, he's going to be in the ASD class. That's fine.
Yeah. But you know what? It's like everything else with this thing. Like nothing's permanent. You know, nothing's in stone. Nothing's concrete. So we can, kind of figure out. I thought it was a good call. Listen, I think a lot of the parents out there, especially new to this, and if you're not in IEP, if you're a younger family, and you were fortunate enough to get an early diagnosis, and you still got some time before IEPs and schools and stuff. I would say though the time to like get into it, diving into it, and like getting crazy with it is not 3 months before an IEP. Like start using the time now if you have it, if you're ahead of the game. One of the things I've realized from even studying for law school and stuff like that, it's the amount of work you do before it's actually time to do the work, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So it's the research, it's the practicing, it's the analyzing, and it's editing, whatever, but it is so important to get things put into these IEPs, even if they're not totally consequential, meaning like even if it's not going to change something tomorrow, but if you can start to show a pattern of the things you're asking for, the things you care about, the things you think your child needs, and stay consistent on that, like keep hitting the same spot, that will only help you, your family, your child down the road. You know what I mean? When you can show like clear consistency in your messaging with the schools and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like my big thing was, can you please put in there, I think what I'll do tomorrow, I think I'll probably edit that part of the call and just play it on the podcast, just so like people understand sometimes you can't get something put in the way you want it worded, but you can reword it and then almost have the same thing put into effect in the IEP.
Right.
And that's kind of like what I did yesterday. I had to start playing a word game to get it said in such a way that they would put it in the IEP.
Right.
And our thing was basically like we'd like his ABA to have access to him at school in certain times of transition, starting out a new program, if they're working on something new, stuff like that. Now, they couldn't give me an answer. They pushed it off on the principal.
Right.
Okay. And they were like, it's principal. Well, then my thing is like, have you ever had an ABA? No. Has there ever been an ABA in there? No. So the answer is probably no. Well, you have to talk to the principal. But you're telling me there's never been one in there. Yeah, there's never been one in there. Okay. So I start to realize, what's going on. So then they come up with concerns. What are your concerns? Well, I really want an ABA in there. Access, when it's time. They're like, well, sir, we said that the principal has to decide. Yeah, I know, but I want him to have access. I would like you to ask that. Well, you can't ask that on the ABA. You have to ask the principal directly. So I backed up and I said, okay, what was the question again? What are your concerns? My concern is that his ABA doesn't have access to him in school. Then they have to put it in there.
Yeah, that was really good.
But you had to play their word game to get it. You know what I mean? You had to kind of reverse engineer the conversation. And it's not because I'm any smarter than anybody else. It's just one thing we've talked about is this autism thing has taught us patience, right?
Yeah.
So while we're on the call, I'm like, okay, what can I give them? What can I throw them? Like, what bait can I put on the hook that the fish will have to bite? And so you just had to kind of reverse engineer the wording, and then you get it in there. Right. Does that solve all our problems? No, not at all. But when I get that put in year after year after year and go to the principal, and year after year she says no, in a few years, I can say, guys, my messaging has been very consistent, and I'm really set on it. And you never know what happens, but you got to show like a pathway of consistency. I think that's a big deal.
With more kids being diagnosed all the time, I really would like to see more ASD classrooms for grade levels. And I know that's going to take time, and maybe down the road that will happen. But because the spectrum's so wide, I think they should have the kids divided up in some way.
Yeah.
Because they're not all ready for a gen ed class. And I realize that now, like by being on the phone call. Like, one thing with me is I try to push, and then I need to realize, don't push. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Like, yeah, I want so badly to push him to be with more typical kids, but then I'm like, okay, he's not ready. Just stop and take one step at a time. You know what I mean?
No, I get it. I get it 100%. And I think it's you mentioned the spectrum's wide. It's also getting longer. Like, it's not just it's getting longer.
Yeah.
So we're dealing with like width, depth, everything. I mean, it's just. And you make a good point about more classes. That's going to be like, you should run for school board, right? Because that's how those things are going to get fixed.
No, you should run for school board.
You know what? Honestly, I'm starting to think that you're going to be the better school board candidate than me.
No, I don't speak like you.
I know.
And I don't like being pinned up in a corner, and you're really good at, taking, I don't know. You can respond better when you're pinned in a corner, and I'm like... I can't.
I almost feel like, though, I might come off as too much of a candidate, whereas you might be like, I don't know.
I'm just like an advocate. I mean, just
that's
for
what
my
they
child.
need,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just think that like
I could just see myself dropping F-bombs at these meetings, showing up in like a tank top with a bush light and a cigar.
Oh my God! Stop it. Okay. No, I'm just saying.
Which is, by the way, how every school board meeting should be.
I'm saying there's severe, there's in the middle, and then there's functioning. Cal's right in the middle. And so maybe he can go with the functioning kids a little bit. And then it's like, okay, just go back to the middle classroom. Or, okay, you know what I mean? You're biting a lot. Let's go back to severe. Like, why can't they go? Because there is all ups and downs. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes kids regress. So it's like, okay, let's take you back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wish that they had classrooms like that. And I think with more kids being diagnosed, they should. And even if there's like kindergarten class, like let like kindergarten and first graders be together, or you know what I mean, like blend them more like that. I don't know. I'm making this up.
Kind of like how but kind of like how they do with flag football, right? It's like
groups of kids.
Yeah, it's ages 7 to 9 or 9 to 11. I forget what our kids do, but it's that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then if somebody in that 9-year-old is like just lights out ahead of the talent, then they get bumped up a division.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you're out here trucking everybody, and so.
Well, that's just my thought.
I like it.
I mean, instead of like holding kids back, like they're not holding them back, but you know what I mean? If they can be more functioning, let them be. If they need to be back with severe, let them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, at the end of the day, it all comes back to home, right? What are you doing at the house? Because that always means the most.
Maybe I need to start a school program.
Oh, my God. We have 5 kids. I don't know that we need a school program to pay attention.
Well, there isn't a place for these kids. The more and more I talk to parents and their journey with this, I hear a lot saying there wasn't a perfect school setting for my kid. And so they had to keep changing.
Yeah, I know. It's so challenging. And I don't know. I don't want, like, when you say challenging, it's there are very good challenges too.
Yeah.
Like I felt yesterday after his 2 hours of just naked and crap in the diaper and peeing all over the place and screaming about not wanting to wear diapers and sharks and oh my gosh, like when it all was done, I'm like, how did we hang in there for that? Like you felt this, I don't know. I mean, I felt like Rocky beating Drago. Was the guy's name Drago?
I've never heard that name, Drago.
That was the Russian, right? Was his name
No,
Drago?
was it?
If he dies, he dies.
I don't know. I don't remember that name.
Get on your phone real quick, and I'm pretty sure it's Drago. If not, Drago works. I mean, that sounds like a big thug Russian boxer, doesn't it? That was his.
Rocky.
It was the guy who killed Apollo Creed, right?
Hold on. You usually hate when I get on my phone during this.
Well, no, I know, but now that we're trying to figure out real trivia, though. I mean, this is like important stuff. I got to know that. Did I beat Drago or not?
No, I'm not typing with one hand.
Just Rocky.
The guy who killed
Russian.
Apollo.
Just Rocky.
Drago.
It is.
You're right.
Yeah. Was that his first or last?
Ivan Drago.
Oh, Ivan Drago.
Yeah.
The big ID. Yeah.
I didn't realize that was his name.
Yeah.
He was mean.
Oh, he's mean. If he dies, he dies. And then Creed died. Unbelievable.
Aw, I like Rocky.
Yeah, that was good. Anyway, so I felt like I knocked him out. And I didn't really do anything except employ total patience. Like quiet patience and just like, I mean, my heart was beating 1,000,000 miles an hour. I had this law paper due yesterday. It was unbelievably challenging. Like I wanted to tackle trucks. Like I wanted to go outside and like tackle moving trucks. Like I just was like,
oh my God,
going a little insane. But then I did it and I was like, whoa, like this is interesting. It was like an emotional boot camp. I just made it through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. Anyway, what I'm saying is I earned the bush lights for today. I've earned them. You've earned them. We've all earned them.
Well, I got home from work and I was like, you need to get out of the house. Go take a break. You left, came back, and I was like, you weren't kidding. He really was having a bad day.
And the other thing too today, I think too, parents, we have to talk about when we get better, like, or when you're just proud of yourself for the parents not melting down. So this morning you left, he started up with the same thing, the diaper thing, and
well, I said goodbye to him, and then he was like, "Goodbye, Daddy."
Yeah, he didn't want me to
like,
watch him.
No,
and so he knew you were leaving, and he had the diaper crap up his back, and then he didn't want the diaper, and I'm just like, for some reason, like back in the day, my instincts would have been to text you like how bad things are going, and I'm going, why do I do that? Like that doesn't help me, it doesn't help him, and it certainly doesn't help you because you're with your clients.
Yeah, I used to hate that.
So I don't do it anymore because I just realized it was just like me getting on my text and just like firing off like, today sucks or unbearable or something, and it does nothing. It ruins your day. It makes me inevitably feel sort of guilty. Like, what did it do? And then I feel like I'm just sort of like, the time I take doing that, I could be, playing with him or building sharks with him or, throwing the little football thing or whatever. It just.
Well, and it would have been just as hard for me as it was for you.
Yep, I know.
It's just you were doing it.
But it's
by
funny.
yourself.
You got to look back at like the track records. But I mean, like 6 months ago, I would have texted you, and I was like, I just don't do that anymore.
You would have.
I don't want to be like
that.
But
it did ruin my day because I'd be like, I have 4 more clients and I hate that this is what's happening for you right now, but there's nothing I can do unless you want me to cancel my day.
Like, I'll still write tough day, but we're hanging in there, or, he's in a mood or something. But sometimes I'd be like, this is so unbearable. I can't take this in. And I'm just like, why? It doesn't do anything. It truly does nothing. All right, so we're going to get a workout in?
Yes, I'm starving.
Zeus day 1.
Ugh.
That's so hard.
I don't know if I want to do that.
What are you going to do? You want to just do the Magnificent 7 thing?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I'm going to wear my weighted vest.
Burpees. Why? Your stomach hurts.
What is that? What does that have to do with a weighted vest?
I don't know. What?
0.
Just like
0%.
I don't know. Sometimes you just push it too hard, I feel like.
DailyAutism.com. If you want to see the our reels, our videos, you can link to our social channels from there, DailyAutism.com. Real quick, I wanted to give a shout out. I grew up just outside of D.C. I'm a big Redskins. Well, they're not the Redskins anymore. They're the Commanders. But I was on Twitter, and yesterday was the autism hashtags were getting a lot of play. And one of the players, his name's Tyler Larsen. And I wasn't aware of this because I wasn't following him on Twitter, but I am following him now. But he has a son who's autistic, and I just think it's really cool when people who have careers that, you know, they get a lot of media attention and stuff like that, talk about autism, because I know that there are a lot of people in the media world and sports and celebrities and stuff who don't want to talk about it, which I respect 1,000%. It's a very hard thing to kind of come to grips with. And if you're not ready, you're not ready. Or if you don't want that a part of your brand, I totally respect it. There were times in our life where we just weren't sure that we were ever going to talk about it, but now we do this. But anyway, I just think it's really cool. He had pinned a tweet back from 2021. It said, if anyone wonders what my why is, it's this little boy who I love so much. I'll never stop being an advocate for autism awareness, eternally grateful for those behind us. And then a picture of his son, who is a ridiculously cute little kid.
Yeah, super cute.
So I just thought it was really cool that Tyler Larsen did. Every time we run into a celebrity or a sports figure or a media figure, we always try to give him a shout out, and not really a shout out, just thank you, appreciate it, because believe it or not, it makes, you know, people like us, you know, who we watch these people on TV and stuff like that and see them on social media, but it's really cool that, you know, because you don't have to do that, you know, but it's really neat, you know.
Yeah, and it also shows they're people.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just like us. You know?
So it's pretty awesome. So give Tyler Larsen a shout out.
Very awesome.
And go Commanders. Let's take command.
You know what you did yesterday?
Let's go. What?
You took command.
Oh, actually, I think I got commanded in the beginning, and then I did take command. Yes, I did. It was a little bit of a struggle.
Just by being patient.
It was a fourth quarter comeback, to put it in football terms. That's for sure. But we go through that, and so sometimes, like I said, those are the most memorable wins. So I knocked Drago out, and then I looked at Drago and I said, "If he dies, he dies."
It's so weird to describe it like that, but yeah.
All right, real quick, I want to give Aspire Nutrition a shout out. Go to dailyautism.com. And if you are interested in maybe your autistic child getting 26 billion colony forming units and those 12 different strains of probiotics, that is how we discovered Aspire Nutrition. The founders, they started this company when their 3-year-old was diagnosed with autism. They realized the importance of those autism tummy issues, those gut issues, which Cal has been suffering with for most of his life. It is hard to correct that when his favorite foods are Funyuns, pizza, French fries. So this has really been valuable for us. The multivitamins. I mean, this morning I ate a shiitake mushroom without eating a shiitake mushroom.
You don't even like mushrooms.
I cannot stand mushrooms, but with their multivitamin from Aspire Nutrition, I get the shiitake mushrooms. I also get kelp. I still don't know what that is. It sounds very healthy, and I've read about it on Aspire. It's like hard to get, but it is an important nutrient in your body. So Cal gets that too, because he takes also the multis. It's also awesome that they figured out that the unflavored mixes is the way to go, because a lot of the autistic kids, new flavors are just not something they're going to get into. So the link is up at dailyautism.com. And if you have questions about the products we use and how we use them, when we use them, it did take us some experimenting of how to get that all figured out. And the rest of our kids, they're all on it now too. Feel free to reach out to us in our messages. Am I forgetting anything else?
No, I was just thinking about the wall yesterday, him picking the wall.
Oh, there's a new section of the wall that he's began to eat and then pick apart. But
I painted it.
You were doing, yeah.
I got the paint out.
You were a Saturday night painting.
I'm like, there's no fixing this besides painting it. So,
and it was emergency painting too.
Yeah,
it was
because
like
he just kept going over to it and picking it.
Yeah,
more.
It was like 7, 8, 9 o'clock unplanned painting.
Well, and that spot was not there when I left yesterday, so he went crazy on it.
I did run out. I have to be full. I did run out to Burrito Social last night and grab a beer while you were painting, because as we discussed yesterday, was a tough one.
Yep.
Yeah. Yesterday was a tough one.
I supported your beer drinking.
Yeah. Well, when you knock Drago out, you've earned that beer. So that's just the way I look at it.
Which they support autism.
Burrito Social does, absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
They're expanding too. That restaurant, they started in Puerto Rico, and then they're here on Reddington Beach. Then they just opened one on the east coast of Florida, and I think another one's coming too.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's burritosocial.com, but it's Burrito Social. It's cool. Yeah, all their uniforms have the autism awareness thing. Again, kind of like when athletes give the mention. It makes people feel just good. Like, hey, thanks for sharing that. It's kind of cool when a restaurant does something like that. You're in there and you're just like, thank you. Like, it's just nice, simple thought that you didn't have to do. And it's pretty cool. All right, let's get this workout in. And we're doing Zeus Fitness Day 18, which will knock us down.
Let's do it.
And then, are we beach barring it?
We are.
Which one?
We got 3 hours.
Which one?
I don't know. Maybe Krabby's?
Gosh. Yeah.
Mangoes? Burrito Social? VIP?
Let me tell you, all of the bars here are so cool. Like,
Backwater.
Krabby Bill's is our ace go-to. Love Krabby Bill's. I just feel like we haven't got, although Krabby, they're opening a new bar coming up, a sports bar.
Yeah.
Let me tell you how bad the beach needs a new sports bar. That's actually not what this podcast is about, so we won't talk about it. But I am so excited for that.
Well, there's a lot of people on spring break right now.
I know, it's crazy down here. All right. Let's bolt because we've earned these beers, or let's go do our workout to earn the beers. Let's go.